All right, man. Let's talk about Bob Arum saying that that he willing to make Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney at 140 for a non-title fight. So on boxing scene, he said Teo might have another fight, and if Devin win or lose, versus Lomachenko, Haney's gonna move up regardless of what happens. So he said that's a fight that's a big fight they'd be looking to do in a non-title fight that they'd be interested in doing at 140. So he said that there's a possibility that Teo could fight Regis Progress. His father called him for that fight, saying they'd beat him. I mean, it's a fight that everybody interested in. I mean, April schedule is kind of interesting because Ryan Garcia and Tank was supposed to fight in April. Now, Errol Spence trolling that he might fight in April. So I don't know how that's going to work out with Tank and Earl fighting in pay-per-views on April. Tank hit and run accident trial got pushed to February 16th. So if y'all was wondering what happened with that, it got pushed. Then, Earl's supposed to come back right before the Super Bowl or Super Bowl week. That got pushed to the side. So, I mean, you know how it go. So, but nonetheless, man, I don't really know completely where where all this gonna happen at. But they were saying Tank and Ryan wasn't even signed yet. So that's something to consider. That fight wasn't even signed. But yeah, you probably won't see Devin and Loma in April. It's either gonna be right before Ramadan. They said they're running March 20th to April 21st, something like that, or afterwards. So they kind of be fighting in the same period. And two lightweights that people wanted to see fight at 140. Devin was the mandatory. They got ordered to a title eliminator before either one touched the title. It's an interesting fight with or without a title. A title will make it a little bit more intriguing. But can Teofimo Lopez get a belt off Regis Progress? Can Devin get a belt off Pulelo, Catterall, Taylor? I think Sabrio Matias is about to fight. So PBC might control half of that division. Top Rank control Delenio and Josh Taylor. And Regis Progress is with his, representing itself. So that's something to think about. He representing himself. So, from that aspect, that is what it is. But, at the end of the day, Top Rank need to make the biggest and the best fights because they got to. They got to. They don't have no choice. Yeah, they don't have no choice. They have zero choice but to make the fights that people want to see because they got to keep that deal with ESPN. So, and they get ESPN and Walt Disney is making cutbacks. So whatever reason, everything is cutting back. We talked about how it ain't the best time to buy right now or finance anything. I left a video on the community tab the other day. My man said it's not the best time to finance anything. Interest rates is doubling, and it's all on top. It's all because of the market. They ain't selling how they want to, so they got to make some of that money back. And that's the facts. That's the fact. So right now a lot of people cutting back. Bank of America predicted that 175,000 jobs would be lost across the U.S. in 2023. Now you take projections for a grain of salt. They rarely accurate. But like when you live where I live at, it's been a recession. Detroit is its own recession. You know what I'm saying? You go through the Midwest and a lot of the old factory towns is on recession. So the way we already hit, you know what I'm saying? We already used to it. But, I guess the rest of the country, is about to actually feel it like we've been feeling it. But, yeah, they got to perform and put on great fights. They got to perform and put on great fights. Bar none. So they don't have too much choice in the matter. You know, they gotta perform. And whatever big fights that two fighters willing to make, that make money, that make sense, that get TV ratings, they gotta make it. Now, you know, Devin Haney fighting T.O. in his 140-pound debut, I don't think it's a big deal. You know, they both came up from lightweight. They both been talking trash for quite some time. So I don't see it as a big deal. You know, they're both big kids. You know, now if it's different if Devin was going right for Taylor or Regis Progress or Sabril Matias or Pilello, that'd be interesting. He probably need time to grow into the weight class, but it won't take him long because he already a big kid. You know, you want to see if anything can anything add to Devin Haney's game at 140. That's the question. You know, with extra weight, help him be more explosive, more powerful, more functional. You know, I look the way he moved. He might not have the most stable legs right now. That's probably where the most of the cut coming from. Teofimo Lopez getting an opportunity. He trying to figure it out. First fight versus Pedro Campo, he bulked up too much. The next fight versus Sandor Martin, he looked a lot more explosive. You know, not as bulky. You know, I think he just, followed him too much around the ring, looking for one big shot. And Sandor Martin didn't give it to him. So, a little bit more patience. Don't worry about getting a knockout and proving you can punch at 140. If he take his time, he'll be all right. But, that's a fight that I consider going to, too. It's another good fight. Why wouldn't you? So, winnable fights for both men. I think a lot of people starting to sleep on Lomachenko like he ain't got a chance because of the performance. But, maybe that's why a lot of people think he's trying to buy time and get ready for Devin Haney. But, I'm throwing the age out there, but he's very capable of beating Haney. So, but yeah, Bob ain't out here bullshitting. If y'all want to fight, he ain't gonna be on that old BS he used to be on, and not make certain fights and be bullshitting on fights. I mean, he gotta continue to polish that top-ranked brand with top fights. But that'd be a hell of a fight. That'd be a hell of a fight, man. I heard the sparring stories and stuff and everything, so, after fighting Sandor Martin, I'm not sure T.O. is going to be rushing for somebody to utilize the ring. And one thing about Regis Progress, he utilized the ring a little bit, but he coming to get you. He ain't going to bullshit you, sit on the back foot, and he going to come get you. They going to like the opportunity to try to counter him. That's what they going to do. The thing about Regis Progress, he can take a shot, he can give it. So I always said if T.O. was to fight him, he had to go to the body. God is a bigger guy, have problems making weight. He didn't need to bang on that drum. And then, if T.O. fought Devin Haney, he couldn't fight him like he fought Sandor Martin. You can't fight that man like that. He had to take his time, cut the ring off, use his jab, touch the body, and then, break him down, and then make him stationary, then take him out. If he gonna sit there and jump in like he did with Sandor Martin, he gonna get schooled all night. And for Haney, he just gotta make, T.O. do what Sandor Martin did, but just capitalize more on it. Score more, that's what he gotta do, is score it more. I just score your points. So, you notice he jump off his feet, the right punch, and it had to be a powerful punch, get him off balance. So, Bob trying to make these fights, So we get Bob to make the fights, Al to make the fights, Eddie to make the fights, and they all respective networks. Boxing to be in a better position. It might not be in the most optimal position that we want it in, but that's the start. That's a real good start. So, yeah, I'm with it, though. I'm with it. They want to see if they get the title. I'm with that, too. But it'd be better if they fought. A lot of people going around saying belts don't matter. As soon as Haney dropped them belts at lightweight, watch how people start trying to get belts like scavengers and shit. Scavenger belt hunt. You know. So, but Bob know what he doing. You know, Bob ain't gonna hold shit else back no more. You understand? He was where Al Haney was at years ago. You know, he was where Al Haney was at. Stopping the biggest fights, you know, best side on his side of the street, trying to build them up into super fights, and you know, you just gotta make them fight. If your thoroughbreds is as good as they say they is, guess what? You'll have a star in time. But if they ain't, you're gonna get exposed anyway. So, you know, Teo and Devin, a good fight. Teo got a little bit of head start at the physical adjustments he need to make. I think Devin, the physical adjustments is putting that weight on his leg, like Joseph Diaz said. They give you a lot stronger, sturdier, and a harder puncher. You know, weight cut gonna hurt you, regardless of how young you are, how old you are. It's gonna hurt you. So, let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, next subscribe button. Hit the bell icon button, hit all our notifications, Christian Chins. Get notifications, we go live and drop a video. Financially, want to support the channel, Cash App, $CJGood313, Venmo, CJGood313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree, find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Appreciate the love and support. One time for the one time, one for the TV. Peace.